Wide receiver Brandon Johnson is here. Hit the raise your hand function and we will start taking questions. We'll start with Patrick Brown and then go to David Pascal.
Hey, Brandon, when you guys went back as an offense and looked at the Georgia game, was it frustrating and was it tough to watch some of the mistakes and just how you guys played, particularly in the second half of that game?
Yeah, it's always frustrating when a lot of the wounds that we have are self-inflicted. So we didn't play the way we knew we could play and the way we hoped to play. But like you said, it's always frustrating, but we kind of take it and make corrections and move forward.
Brandon, in your time there, you've had games where y'all have really run the ball on people and where you've struggled. And the last 2 weeks is a perfect example, what y'all did to Missouri and then the Georgia game. When defenses start making you one-dimensional, how tough as a receiver does that become during a ball game? What's the biggest challenge when that starts happening?
Just from a broad football standpoint, I mean, you want to be able to do both. Because if you can run the ball well, then it'll open up the passing game. If you can pass the ball well, it'll open up the running game. But like you said, it's kind of hard when one of them aren't really clicking. So it kind of makes it difficult for everything else to move forward the way it's supposed to. So I mean, like I said, it was difficult. It was difficult to watch and look back on and see all the mistakes that we made, and a lot of them were just self-inflicted, man. So it's frustrating, but at the same time, I mean, we're just looking forward to next week and coming back out to prove ourselves again.
As a quick follow, though, if a team starts making you one-dimensional, does the coverage become tighter on you? What changes in your game?
I would say it differs from team to team. I can't give a broad blanket statement for that because teams play different styles of defenses. So, I mean, from team to team, it does differ. But, yes, that can be a result of what happens.
Thank you.
All right, Jimmy Himes, then Rick Russo.
Brandon, in the second half, certainly Tennessee made some mistakes. Georgia got a lot of momentum. Talk a little bit about how a team needs to keep its composure when Georgia's having a stretch like that in the second half.
Yeah, that's something Coach Pruitt always talks about, just keeping composure and not necessarily looking at the scoreboard, but just continuing to play our game. And in order for you to come back on a team like that or come back when things aren't necessarily going our way, you need to have a composure. You need to be able to keep that composure. So, I mean, like I said, it's disappointing, but we look forward to next week.
Did you feel like the team lost composure against Georgia? And if so, how do you combat that in the future?
I wouldn't go as far to say we just lost composure completely, but I think just it's little mistakes. They kept piling on, and little mistakes that result in big outcomes. So it was pretty disappointing. But
hey, Brandon, good afternoon. The hit you took on that one catch. Talk about that play, if you will. You were certainly excited after that. What can that do for a team? And you talk about confidence. Talk about the confidence going into Kentucky this week.
I was just trying to make a play for my team, and I held onto the ball, and obviously you saw I was pretty excited. I just wanted to be able to kind of bring that momentum. I feel like that was a good momentum boost for us, and next play led to Josh's touchdown. So I was just happy I could make that play for my team, and yeah.
I will go to David Ubben, then Ryan Shumpert.
Brandon, how would you describe what Sean Schamberger brings to a defense? You face him in practice pretty often.
Sean brings energy. Sean is a really dynamic player, man. He's quick, he's strong. I think he brings a lot of he's really dynamic, and I feel like you can put him in a lot of different places. You guys saw in his first couple of years, he was playing a lot of corner. Now he plays nickel a little bit, things like that. He's moving around. So it's good to see him be able to move around like that. And I think he's just an all-around, just a good football player. Like, he has a good feel for the game of football.
Hey, Brandon, I have two questions for you. One, talk a little bit about some of the conversations Coach Pruitt has had with the team on mental health. And two, how would you assess the receiver group's response to press coverage so far this season?
Well, Coach Pruitt, he definitely has hit on mental health, especially with what's going on right now. it's a lot going on in our country right now with COVID-19 and social injustice issues, and he told us a lot that he's available to us. Like if we need anything, if we feel like things aren't right mentally, that we have an outlet, we have people to go to and talk to. So Coach Pruitt has definitely made that an emphasis, and let us know that he's here for us. And what was your second part of your question?
Yeah, how would you assess the receiver group as a whole's response to press coverage this year?
I think we've done well, but I think there's always room for improvement. So I mean, every weekend, week out, we go in and we take a look at the film and see how we could have improved, and we're trying to make improvements for this week, and we'll continue to do that until the end of the season.
All right, Rob Lewis, then Nicholas Hill.
Brandon, Coach Pruitt talked yesterday about the need to improve in getting off the line on press coverage. Just, how big of a priority is that for you guys, and how do you assess, how you guys were able to do that Saturday against Georgia?
I mean, it's a big priority, simply because, I mean, the league that we're in the SEC, so we see a lot of press man-to-man, a lot of different things like that. So, I mean, it's imperative that we're able to get off of press coverage and be able to do it quickly. And I feel like we've done a decent job at it. I feel like there's always room for improvement, and we know what we need to do. We know exactly what we need to do, so we're going to continue to improve.
Obviously, one of the downfalls in your game against Georgia was some of the turnovers, especially in the second half. And considering that Kentucky, your next opponent, had 6 interceptions against Mississippi State, I'm kind of curious, have the coaches really been harping on protecting the football more than usual this week?
I wouldn't even say harp on it anymore, because it's been such an emphasis since the beginning of camp, since summertime. Like we've been really like harping on the fact that we need to protect the ball. So I wouldn't say that it's increased in any way, simply because we just been on it so heavy. So I think we'll continue to harp on that, and that's one of our main goals, to protect the football.
All right, Trey Wallace, then Rick Russo.
Brandon, on the sidelines after maybe a turnover or an interception that we saw Saturday, what do you guys as a wide receiver group say to your quarterback, Garantano, to kind of keep his spirits high, knowing that you got to go back out there on the next series and be able to produce? What are those conversations like? They're
just encouraging. I mean, during the game, and a lot of things happen in the heat of the game. I mean, that's no time to for heavy criticism. That's time to make sure everybody's feeling right mentally. So I mean, those are all just uplifting combos. Just pats on the back, telling them, like, what I'm saying, we got your back, man. Keep your head up, and things like that.
Brandon, what have you seen from the Kentucky defense as you've started to look ahead to next week?
We've seen they got a lot of athletes on the defense. They got a really good defense, and we look forward to the matchup. I mean, this is the SEC, so everybody we played with, nobody's an easy game or anything like that. Like everybody's a difficult team to play, and Kentucky has a great defense, great athletes, and we look forward to the challenge.
Jimmy Himes.
Brandon, Mississippi State threw 70 passes against Kentucky and couldn't score as much as a field goal. Does that say a lot about how good Kentucky's secondary is?
Oh yeah, that's a great accomplishment for them. It does say a lot about how good the secondary is. I mean, we have a lot of respect for those guys, and like I said, we can't wait for the challenge.
Does it also suggest you cannot be one-dimensional and beat a team in the SEC typically?
Yeah, I mean, you can never be one-dimensional, but I would definitely suggest that.
Patrick Brown.
Brandon, you played with Josh Palmer now for just about your whole career. I guess you're probably not surprised by some of the big plays that he makes. I guess, what's it like to watch him go out on Saturday and make a couple of big catches like he did against Georgia?
It's awesome, man. You see a guy like Palmer, he works hard every day, and to see him having success out there on the field and see him make plays that he makes in practice all the time, it's great, man. You can't ask for anything else. I mean, it's awesome just to watch him do that. So I'm really happy for him.
Anything else for Brandon? All right. Thank you very much, Brandon.
Appreciate it.